I guess we'll start now. It's 2 o'clock, and so I'll just admit the people that are late. But good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cris. If we've never met, I'm the in-house preferred TC for Keller Williams Realty, and I just wanted to go over some TC tips. I am not teaching a tech class. This is specifically, I just wanted to go over the things that we do at the TC department, and so that we could work smoothly with everyone, so that you know so that we have expectations. So starting with just a little bit about myself. I've been with the company since 2009, maybe. I used to work for an agent, for a team for 4 years. And then in 2012, I moved and became in-house preferred TC for Keller Williams Realty here in South Bay. So I've been doing this for a long time now, so I have good experience, and wanted to go over what we do here at the TC department, so that everyone has expectations are correct, and that we can work smoothly together. So I wanted to share my screen and show you that little brochure that we have outside my door. Hold on, let me see. Sorry, not an expert in doing these Zoom chats, but let me see. Share screen, there you go. So here's, I hope you can see it. So here is what we do. So normally we receive listing agreements when we're representing the seller, and purchase agreements when we're representing the buyer, fully executed. So the TC does not deal with getting them signed, writing up the offers. They come to the TC department fully executed. So from there, we make a folder for you, and it's shared, it's in my Dropbox. And then we make a folder for you. If you represent the seller, we make your disclosures for you. We send it to the seller to fill out. We send it to the seller to DocuSign after filling out. Now, if your sellers are not computer savvy, we print them out for you. We leave them at your desk, and then you can give it back to us. So that for those that I just started, for those who just joined, if you can see my screen, this is an old brochure, but I wanted to show you that this is what we do. So again, listings come to me, and purchase contracts fully executed, just send it over, and then we'll make you a folder. We'll do your command for you. So I need your username and password so that the broker can so we can upload the file to command, and the broker can review the files. So that's what the TC does. And then we also, so here it says upload the file to EH, but now that's command. And then we make a timeline for you once we're in escrow, and we send it to all parties so that everyone's aware of the important dates. We also make your green sheet. That's where your commissions are. For those that are newer, green sheets are where the commission disbursements are split. We send it to the agent so that you can review them and make sure that they're correct. And then they're submitted to Linda, who is our MCA, and she takes care of sending escrow the CDA. I'll explain that later on. So that's one of the things we do. And then when you're representing the buyer, we take care of the disclosures for you. The listing agent will give it to you or to me. They CC me, and then we take care of docu-signing it to the clients. So it'll be sent to the buyers and to you as the buyer's agent. And then the important thing is that you just read through it and review it and make sure that everything adds up. And so if there's any questions, you can ask the listing agent, but usually the agents review the disclosures. I take care of sending the DocuSign. So that's one of the things we do at the TC department. And then when I send the timeline, I also have a calendar. So it gives me a calendar. So I send reminders to agents. This is CR all is due, the inspection is due, or the disclosures are not in. So I do a follow-up for you. When you're on the listing side, when you're on the buyer side, I just send a reminder that, hey, this is due today, appraisal is due today, so that I could also get an update on what is going on in the file, or if there is any delay that I'm aware of. And then we work with escrow closely to obtain status of the transaction and ensure that they have the necessary documentation that they need from us. So something to know, escrow has their own escrow package. They send it to the buyer directly or to the seller directly. TC does not take care of that. TC gets a copy of the broker escrow package, and the only thing that I take care of is sending them back their commission instruction. So let me show you, if you can see my computer, I hope. Let me show you a copy of a commission instruction. So this is a sample commission instruction. It has the listing broker, the selling broker, and it asks for the broker stamp. So that is something I take care of. I have the broker stamp. I basically review the commission, and then I send this back to escrow. That is the only thing I need to send back to escrow in that escrow package. So again, to continue, buyer has their own package, seller has their own package, and that is taken care of by escrow. So it's very important that you give escrow your client's information so that they don't push the paper back to you to give to your buyers. They have the capacity to FedEx that if they need to UPS that, or email them. Most escrow companies have DocuSign. I would say 60 to 70% of escrow companies do DocuSign. So you just have to ask the escrow company. If your clients are not tech savvy and they want a hard copy, you need to instruct escrow to mail it to this address, and they'll give a FedEx label there and put it in the package and send it back to escrow directly. So to cut that short, escrow can take care of their own paperwork, because it's a very tedious paperwork. It's this thick. Sometimes they even have HOA packages, and so that is taken care of by escrow. I get a copy, I file it for us because it's part of the broker checklist, but we do not take care of that for them. And then as a courtesy though, there will always be escrow amendments that come my way. So those I can DocuSign if the escrow company does not have a DocuSign. So those I can DocuSign, those amendments, those 1-page, 2-page credit amendments, I take care of that if escrow asks for it, because it'll help your loan speed up, your lender needs it, everybody needs it, and for the sake of getting it faster, and we can DocuSign, we will DocuSign them for you. And then what else do we order the home warranty? So not all escrow companies will do it. Most of South Bay escrow companies, like our preferred escrow, our in-house escrow, will order the home warranty. American Trust Escrow upstairs will order the home warranty. But if you have an escrow company that's based in Orange County, they will not do anything. They don't order the NHD report. They don't order anything, not even home warranty. So I am happy to order it for the agents, for your clients. But I ask that you please review them, because, you know, sometimes you know the property more than the TC does. I will find it in the MLS, whether it has an AC or not, or is there a pool or not. The little things that you know about that has to be covered in the home warranty, we need to know. And then I also have brochures of all the home warranties we use. I'm sure you have them too, but if you don't, reach out to me and I'll send it to you. When you're writing offers, just a TC tip, it is very important that you have the right coverage in the offer. I get a lot of offers that I see that it says Fidelity home warranty for $550. And really, the coverage is for $570. So here comes the $20 difference. Who is paying for it? Does the lender know about it? Do we have an amendment? It's a long, like a domino effect of paperwork that we need to try and avoid, so that it's not a headache later on, because everything needs to be disclosed, no matter how much of a difference is it, whether $5, $10, $50, it has to be documented. So if you have a price difference like that and someone needs to pay for it, that means there needs to be an addendum, for a car form addendum, and then there needs to be an escrow amendment. So it is very important that you have the coverage better, bigger than smaller, so that you can have the right coverage and not have so much paperwork that entails, again, a $20 difference that we can avoid. And then confirmation of final walkthrough is completed and accepted. So we take care of all of that. We upload it for you. I wanted to show you a few things that a lot of people have. This is actually part of a car form training, but for those that are new, I'm not sure if there's any new agents here. There are a lot of people that forget about these X boxes. I'm hoping that you can see my screen. Everybody can see my screen. Yes, just message me if you can. So these boxes, the seller, the buyer, representative, like for example, this one was missing the license numbers. These are things that lenders look for. So whether or not you're trying to make an offer that you're just trying to like just get the offer through, it's very important. These are things that the lenders look for and will be kicked back if you don't. Other things that get forgotten all the time, it also is on the last page of the contract, whether there's counters. This part of the seller counteroffer should be checked if there's a seller counteroffer. These are things that lenders kick back when it is not filled out completely. And then we also have this, for example, I had to fill in the last page of the listing information of the listing agent because the buyer's agent made an offer and left it blank. And then it just comes back and circulated with escrow, with me, with the lender, and they will kick it back because it's not complete. These are things that are like mundane, but it needs to be filled out. So those are the things to watch out for when you're making an offer. It makes TC's life easier if it's fully completed because, again, it's a trail of kickback and pushing paper back and forth if it's not filled out completely. And then we also, so after the close of escrow, we upload the file to command for you and we submit it, and then the broker reviews it. Well, in our case, it's Jocelyn. Her name is Jocelyn. She's the file checker. She's from Keller Williams in Beach Cities. So just FYI, it is not Kim Mosley doing, our broker is not the one doing the file check. Her name is Jocelyn and she's from Keller Williams Beach Cities. She is now the compliance person checking my files and yours to make sure that we are compliant. And so at the end of the transaction, by request only, if you need a USB to give to your clients, we will give you one. Just send me an email and we'll put it in your box, and then you'll have a little USB with all of the paperwork that that we have had the client sign, and then you can just review it, take out what you want. But basically, I take out like commissions because the buyers don't need to see that. With the seller side, I include that because they're the one paying for the commission, so that's okay. They sign for that anyway. So we try to make you do less paperwork, but at the same time also want to discuss with you the things that I'm looking for in the contract that actually needs to be signed. And then also other things, TC does not write addendum or repair request or contingent. I mean, as a courtesy, we do the contingency removal. If you ask us to send it to your clients, we will. It's an easy enough thing. But if it has something to do with credits or money or, you know, things like that, agents need to be responsible for sending the paperwork. I can send it for you to DocuSign, but it needs to be, it needs to be written up by the agents. So that's one thing I wanted to discuss. Also, since I have you all there for the new agents, because there are agents that do not do the visual inspection on time. Per contract, all disclosures are given to the buyer within 7 days of date of acceptance. And sometimes I get these AVIDs. For those of you that are newer, AVID is the visual inspection. So the agent is required to walk the property, observe, and write down what they saw. It's called an AVID, AVID. So 7 days is what you have. So my suggestion is when you go to the inspection, bring with you a little piece of paper and write down the notes of what you have observed. As a TC, I have a thing called Glide. Glide is where I send disclosures to the seller to fill out. And I also send AVID to the agents, whether you're in the listing side or the buying side, and you can fill out your AVID from there. And it's very easy to use. A lot of agents are raving about it. So basically you fill it out through Glide. I send you the link, you fill it out through Glide, and then Glide will transfer it into the car form, and I get it in zip forms in a PDF. And when I get it, I send it to you and your clients for signature, or sometimes I add it with the disclosures if it makes it to the batch. And here are the list on the right side of my screen. That's the list of all the disclosures that we need pretty much to complete your file. There's also the broker checklist. If you don't have it, I'll send it to you. We also do leases. So leases are right now 25, but management said to by November, the fees will change. Not to increase all the same, but just for the leases. I think it'll be, instead of 25, it's gonna be 50 per management. So just FYI, we have not done the announcement yet. I'll probably have to redo the brochure and send it out. What else do we have? So any questions for the TC? Anything that I did not touch? Please let me know, and I will be open for questions. Anybody? We can you can unmute if you have a question or send a message on the screen. So basically, that's what we do at the TC department. We work very closely with escrow. So those are just the things that I wanted to talk about, go over, because I know there's a lot of newer agents in the company, so that we can work smoothly. And one thing I wanted to add, like HOA docs is care of escrow. So that goes from escrow to the agents, no, not the agents, to the buyers as well. If I get a copy, I file them, and so it could go to your USB if you need a USB. If not, it's in my Dropbox, and I upload it to Command. So that's it. Fees are right now at $400 a file. If you are dual, it's $500. So 2 sides. So same goes with leases. I don't know if you know, but risk management is $150 for 1 side. If you have 2 sides, it's going to be $249. And then leases are, how much are leases? Leases are $59 each side for risk management. So that's like the lawyer fees and the E&O insurance that we pay for. And I think that's it. I'm going to stop the screen share because I want to see. Okay. So I want to see if anyone has questions, and you can ask right now if you have any questions for me. Other than that, I just wanted to touch base with the agents, see how everyone's doing. I know we have one, Elise, so we'll close that one soon.
Yes, hi.
Mike, to answer Mike's question, yes, risk management is in addition to the TC fee. So the TC fee is just for the department. So the risk management is a lawyer fee. I believe we have to pay the lawyers and the file compliance a what do you call this? Retainer's fee. I think that's what it is. So it's 150. So you'll see that on the green sheet when I make green sheets, or if you want to do your green sheets yourself, that's the fee. Any other questions?
Yes,
Question.
Go ahead.
Yona.
No, go ahead, Elise, first. Okay, Chris, hi. I have a question. So, we need to update you on all this update on the transaction, right? Like what is termite was okay, or appraisal came out the same price. Those little things we have to also update you.
So I'm okay with you CCing me on all the emails. Like, let's say the repair request came in. I need to know that it exists so that I know if I need to ask the other side for the reply. So if they don't CC me, just make sure that I have the reply, because that's part of the broker checklist. So I need a copy of that termite report. So I need that copy. I need to know if there's going to be a termite clearance. If it's not part of the contract, because Linda will look for that when she's about to release the check. Was there a termite clearance? If it's not in the report, we don't know. So yes, I need to be part of the communication so that I know what paperwork I'm looking for.
Great. So when we are presenting buyer's agent, like when we are discussing back and forth with listing agent, we can always CC you on our communication. Got it.
So
Thank you.
If you want me to file it, because there's a number 66 on the checklist, it's called com log, the communication log. If you want me to file it, I usually save the emails and I put it in the file so that if there's any problems, you want to look back into it, it's in my folder. So
all right.
Pretty much that's what I'm filing. Pretty much that's what it is. So yeah, like if there's any like home inspection, I need that report. Just CC me a copy, and then when you're doing the final walkthrough, let me know if you need help. I can send the VP for you guys. It's as long as it's not going to be a laundry list of we found this. Just a blank piece of VP that nothing was found, I can send it for you. But again, TC does not type up any of the forms. It needs, if there are findings to the final walkthrough and you need to notate what it is, agents have to fill that out. I can send for DocuSign, but, and then also I forgot to say that anything that's time sensitive might want to do the DocuSign ahead instead of waiting for me, because there are seasons and we just passed the busy season. Summer, I have 200 files that are in escrow. Like there's a lot of emails going on that it's easy to get buried. So if it's time sensitive, I urge and encourage the agents to do the DocuSigns themselves. I know that you guys are out and about, but I also just wanted you to know like where I am on my end. The whole of summer, I would have 120 escrows. So that means 250 to 300 emails in a day. So if you need something urgent and I can't get back to you till the next day, it's gonna be a problem if it was time sensitive. So now if there were disclosures and they're this thick, that's not time sensitive. I will take care of that in a timely manner. And I always do, and I always reply in a timely manner to agents. But if it's something like an addendum that needs now, I encourage the agents to do the DocuSigns so that you're not waiting on me, because there are probably like 50 files to open, and but now it's easing up. Just saying, like summer was crazy, but now it's easing up now that it's fall. The file counts have closed and we're in a normal, I think, normal Okay, now.
Gotcha. Thank you, Chris.
Okay, just wanted to let everyone know because I just I don't like being the cause of the hold up for paperwork. Like it's better if it's already done and I'm CC'd, and if you need me and it's urgent, then we stop what we're doing if lender needs something. So I think that's it. Like I think I've tackled everything. So again, all the tech classes were taught by Tabby, and I think they're recorded, and it's on the website. And if you need anything, you can go over there. The website's on my signature, I believe, so you can get some stuff from there. And then, so right now, so Tabby's gone. I don't know if all of you know, but I do have an assistant. She's virtual though. So most of she helps me with the paperwork and all that, but most of the calls I will take. There's not going to be an assistant in the office. I'm here Tuesdays, Thursdays, by the way, temporarily, because my kids are still at home, and I have to be there Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and so I'm here Tuesdays, Thursdays. The calls are being forwarded to my cell phone, so there's no problem calling me. And then I'm available by email if you have any questions. And it's easy to reach out. My email is chrisso@kw.com. Very easy to remember. So I believe that's it for me, unless you have any other questions.
Hi, Chris.
Elise?
Yeah.
Hi.
Yes. Hi. Okay. Regarding removing contingencies, do we have to the lender first
I'm sorry, you say that again?
to remove the contingency? So do we have to talk to the lender first and then ask them if it's okay to remove it or not?
Are you talking about the loan contingency?
Yes.
Okay, so by default, the RPA says you have 21 days unless you've countered back and forth, right? Sometimes it's 17, sometimes, but the default of the RPA is 21. So let's say it is 21 days. Yeah, you need to ask escrow, no, not escrow, lender first, the appraisal unit value. Are we ready to release all contingencies? Yes. You always need to be in communication with the lender. And the lenders are very used to that question. Agents ask them that all the time. And so it would be an understandable and normal question for you to ask them if they're ready to go. Are we waiting on anything? Are you waiting for verification of employment? Are we waiting on HOA docs? Little things like that. They know. They get that question all the time.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Welcome. And so, yes, I've been doing this for a while. So even the lender question, I kind of know the answer because we're all intertwined. I work with a lender, I work with the escrow. So I kind of know what they do or what I do and what they're looking for. So just let me know. Let me know and ask me, and I'll point you to the right direction. Does that make sense? So that's what the TC department does. So we're very involved with the opening to the closing part. Any other questions? I think that's it for me. If you need any forms, I have all the forms. Let me know. I know that just the other day, maybe Sunday, there was a new fair housing form that is part of the listing agreement and it's now part of the offers. So don't take it out. That will be, it's not on the broker checklist yet, but if CAR is requiring it, the broker will require it soon enough. Does that make sense? It's not in the checklist yet, but it will be. So do not take it out. I get questions like that. Like the CCPA, there's a fair housing disclosure addendum now. It's an FHDA, I believe. So it's a brand new form. So please have it signed by the buyers and the sellers. Okay, I think that's it. No other questions. Thank you for chatting with me for a little bit, so to get to know everyone or to get to know what we do here at the TC department. I'll see you guys soon, hopefully.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Cris.
Thank you. Bye.